I think we're going to head towards a situation where the unvaccinated will become a global underclass. In more and more nations around the world, the conversation and indeed policy has shifted from please get the vaccine, you can book your vaccine appointment here, to if you don't get the vaccine, you will lose your job and personal freedoms. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it's nobody's business whether or not I've been jabbed or how many jabs I've had. I have actually spoken about it before, so I'm sure people can find out if they really want to. But it's also none of my business whether or not you've been jabbed. But governments around the world, ironically often supposedly the most liberal governments, do want to make it everybody's business whether or not you've been jabbed. Let's have a look at New Zealand. Jacinda Ardern, one of the most liberal leaders in the world, has openly said that she's enforcing a two-tier society where the unvaccinated won't be able to live their normal lives. Justin Trudeau in Canada, the only uber-liberal I know to have blacked up on several occasions. In fact, he's worn inappropriate fancy dress more than a loud, darts-loving northerner. Anyway, he's decided to place unvaccinated federal employees on unpaid leave and require COVID-19 shots for air, train and ship passengers, and he's rolled out one of the world's strictest vaccine passport systems. Joe Biden in the United States has announced a jabs for jobs policy for anyone wanting to work in federal government. But, and this is where I fear we're going with it, this then paved the way for independent businesses to enforce the same policy. So in August, United Airlines announced vaccine mandates for its 67,000 employees. And by the end of September, the company said 99% had been jabbed. Some 600 were fired, however. Tyson Foods as well also demanded its 120,000 employees got jabbed. Now, Austria, to be fair, not exactly a country previously known for its staunch liberalism, is threatening to put the unvaccinated under house arrest. Now, I just fear that there's a chance that this may come our way. It's already mandatory for care home staff to take the vaccine, and Sajid Javid is considering making it mandatory for all NHS staff to take the jab. As things stand, 106,351 NHS staff have not had the jab. That's 7%, apparently. So these are people who've obviously made a conscious decision not to get the jab. Well, if the NHS really is as understaffed and overused as it claims to be, can we afford to lose 7% of them? I want to make one thing very clear. I'm certainly not against the vaccine. And I think anyone who has decided not to get it and expects to lead a normal life going forward should actually be very grateful that it exists and that so many other people have taken it, because ultimately that's their key to freedom. But what I am against is state control over anyone's bodily autonomy. I am against creating a cult where only one discussion or opinion can be had about the vaccine. I am against creating a situation where we can't have a rational discussion about exactly how safe the vaccine is. I don't want a situation where there is the potential for medical or scientific evidence to be ignored because it doesn't suit a government narrative. I am against people being threatened with the loss of their livelihoods if they don't comply. And I am very concerned that parents who decide they don't want their child to be jabbed for whatever reason may be looked at like they're child abusers. Look, does the skinny, marathon-running, healthy eating, clean-living, unvaccinated person really need to get the vaccine to protect the obese, fast food-loving, hard-drinking, chain-smoking vaccinated person? In my opinion, that individual should do more to look after their own health and stop expecting other people to lose their bodily autonomy in order to help them out.